But if you don't listen, you're gonna be lost. Catch your attention like Randy Moss. Share it like you really just did a toss. Kick your feet up, enjoy the show like you a boss. He's gonna make you happy so you don't worry. Like and subscribe and join the ride. Not from Alabama, but we stay roll tide. Shows every night, so you better slide. Hit the nutty zone to be on our side. It's the Will Show.
What's going on? What is going on? Welcome to the Will Show. Yours truly, Will I Am, in the building with Will and Mr. Stats. What's going on, Stats? How you doing today, my sir?
Oh, not much, man. Just getting ready for the upcoming week.
I know that's right. Right. Want to go ahead and get you guys updated, everything on, what I'm saying, Week 11 NFL. Y'all know how we do. Gonna go ahead and rock and roll like always. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe because I know I don't have a dog in the fight no more. I'm going for Travis Hunter. My team, you know what I'm saying? We play tomorrow, so it make no difference. I hope we lose every game, so yeah, I don't care. But it's just been some interesting stuff, and we're gonna get into it and have fun with it. But I want to thank everybody. I hope everybody's had a great Sunday, great weekend. If you missed the No Cap show earlier today, it's on the page. Just go ahead and check it out, where we recap, all the playoff games from Friday night. The Don and I was there today, so make sure you check that out big time. I also want to thank our sponsors, Mile Wide Beer Company, Vinyl Empire, and 502 Corvette Club. Let's hear a little bit of snippet about 502 Corvette. The Will Show, sponsored by 502 Corvette Club of Louisville. The 502 Corvette Club of Louisville is a nonprofit car club that promotes fellowship, education, and the youth outreach in the local community through car shows and fundraising events. If someone is interested in joining or contacting 502 Corvette, you can do it through Facebook Messenger or any member you may come in contact with in or around the town. Proud sponsor of the Will Show, 502 Corvette. Bingo. Also, if you want to know where to find us at, pretty much 54 Sports everywhere. We're talking about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. You don't stop. X, the Players Club group. Don't forget tomorrow the polls are going to be dropping to see who is going to be the Will Show's Player of the Week, offense and defense and special team. Also, check it out on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, all that good stuff, Apple, everything. So check everything out. But let's go ahead and hit the ground running like we doing, man. Uh, had a I don't even want to touch that because I know we talked a little bit about. I don't even want to touch that. I'll save it for a rainy day. But I want to go ahead and get. Let's see. Here we can go. Get rock and roll with some stuff real quick. What we got here, man? I got so much stuff. Let's start with Thursday, man. Let's start with Thursday night. What happened in this game? We had the Eagles with a 26, the Commanders 18 win. This game really wasn't that close. I mean, to me, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Barkley, when you got an offensive line that he can go ahead and do his thing, he's different, he's special. This is everything that everybody thought he would be coming out of college. He just got stuck with the Giants, and the Giants are still crappy. But dude is special, man. I mean, big time, without a doubt. Did you get to check any of that game out?
Yeah, I watched some. I didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah, I did catch some of it.
On this one, man, real quick, a recap. Like I said, uh, Mr. Barkley had 146 yards, two TDs. Jalen Hurd had 221 yards, no interceptions, no TD. He also had a rushing TD. Short week for them. This impressive. This is like the forgotten team. Everybody, you hear about, of course, the Kansas Cities, the Bills, the Lions. Nobody's really talking about the Eagles. And the thing about it is, as long as Mr. Barkley stay healthy, A.J. Brown is healthy now, Smith, they're a dangerous team. And if a defense, they made some changes with the coordinator and stuff like that, so they look good. What's your thoughts on the Eagles, man?
Um, like you said, you were talking about Barkley earlier. You know, not only does he have that offensive line, he's got a tricky quarterback that you have to respect his run game also. You know, so that's like a two-headed horse, right? You know, you've got a quarterback that can also run, and then yourself can run. You know, of course, you've got
Hmm.
that line. Um, you can kind of switch up your offense, right? You know, you can kind of trick around with your offense when you've got that
Right.
advantage. The Eagles are 8-2, won their sixth straight since their bye.
Mm.
1,137 rushing yards through 10 games. Barkley moves ahead of Derrick Henry for the NFL lead. Washington enters this game with a chance to take over first place in the division, but left with his second straight loss.
Wow. Wow.
Mm.
Wow. You know, I don't know, man. They 7-4. You know, the Commanders fall to 7-4. The Eagles 8-2. The Eagles definitely, like you said, is in first place. Commanders still a young team, but still sitting nice for a playoff spot if they go ahead and take care of business on that one. So, continue to do what you do. You know, it's kind of scrappy because you got a whole NFC West that's only one team over 500. So the Commanders has got a whole serve, man. You got two gimmies with the Dallas coming up. I'm pretty sure you got a gimme with the Giants. You just got to win those games. You win them, you
Right.
okay. You're looking good. All right, let's go on and get into your team, man. Your team, the Packers 20, the Bears 19. Actually, the Packers had a comeback in this one. Love is doing what Love does, sharing the love around. Seems like, and hey, you really, if you're the Packers and you really want to do something, you couldn't afford to lose this game. And so, like I said, they came back, they took care of business. Um, and real quick, let me get you fantasy buffs out the way. Love had 261 yards, one TD, one interception. Mr. Josh Jacobs had 76 yards, a TD. Also, Jordan Love had a rushing TD of 18 yards. Caleb Williams, man, I mean, not too shabby as far as 23 for 31, 231, but zero TDs, no interceptions. It's too much foul power on that team not to have some TD passes. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. Swift 71 yards, one TD. Caleb also has 70 yards rushing. Um, if you're the Birds, can you take more victories? You can't because I guess you shifted everything for this guy because you thought that he was going to be the next best thing. I don't know, bro. I mean, what's your thoughts? A good win for the Packers. What's your thoughts on the game and Caleb Williams?
Oh yeah,
Period.
well, any win for the Packers is a good win. You know, this being the 11th straight in the rivalry for the Packers beating the Bears,
Ooh, we.
26 to 29 games. Bears, yeah, Bears on their fourth straight loss. Love 13 of 17 for 261 yards, touchdown. Also threw his league leading 11th interception, matching his
Mm,
total from last year. Um,
got a little Dak in him.
yeah, and he's thrown an interception in each of his games this year he's played in.
Is that more of a risk? What do you think? As a Packers fan, do you think it's more of a risk? Because he does slang it all over the place and tight windows and everything else. So do you just as this him being aggressive?
Right. I mean, we've had that before in Favre. You know, it's kind
Mhm.
of feast or famine type situation, right?
Right,
As long as we're not losing a bunch of games, you know, we got by barely today.
right,
But yeah, as long as we're winning games, I think we'll be all right with him, you know, making a mistake from time to time.
right. What's your thoughts on Caleb, man? What's your thoughts on Caleb Williams?
I think he's a decent quarterback, you know, like he's going to have some growing pains coming in, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody's expected to come in the first year and just turn everything around, you know.
Hmm.
You know, there's more, you know, than one player on the field at any given time, right? You know, there's other ways of helping yourself to win, but yeah, I think he's a good, you know, first piece and something to build on, you know what I mean?
Hmm. I think the problem is that the front office made all those big moves. You get Swift. I mean, you get Swift, who is a good running back, right? You get DJ Moore. Actually, you had him with Fields. Then you get Keenan Allen commit. They got some pieces. You know what I'm saying? And I think people get spoiled because some quarterbacks they rocking and rolling. When you look at let's do Commanders. When you look at Jaden Daniels, when you look at his stats are not overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's getting 200 something yards. He's getting 30 yards rushing, 40-yard rushing. You know what I'm saying? A TD here. He's not overwhelming people. You know what I'm saying? But when you 7-4 and you take off the last two losses or whatever, you 7-2, you look at it different. But when you with the Bears and you 4-6, oh man, he sucks. And I'm agreeing with you. I don't think he's bad. He just needs some time to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? He's a rookie.
Yeah.
But you can't tell no Bears fan that. They don't want to hear all that.
And he's had some decent games despite the losses.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. You absolutely right. What's up, D? How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. But good win for the Packers. The Packers improved to 7-3 and very impressive 4-1 away from home. So that's good stuff like that. You got to be able to win on the road and they taking care of business with that. Oh, Steelers 18. What's up, Steeler Nation? Where y'all at? We know y'all happy. Y'all are happy. Big time. Y'all celebrate so much, y'all can't even do things after the game. You know what I'm saying? Steelers 18, Ravens 16. And I know you got some stats on this because the thing about it is Steelers didn't score a TD in one. Right? No TDs. Everybody pretty much watched the game. No TDs in one. Lamar them, everybody's gonna, talk about it. But Steelers always have tough defense. Come on, bro. It's hard to beat the Steelers there. I do not know how my team won, but I guess it's like, do you trade beating the Steelers at the Steelers for wrecking the whole season? I pick beating the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? That's right. How I roll. That's how much hatred I have for them. But good win for them. Real quick, some of the stats real quick. Lamar Jackson, 207 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Russell Wilson, 205 yards, 1 interception. Derrick Henry, 65, 1 TD. Najee, 63 yards. But by the end of the day, let's be real. Who's taking it on the chin on this loss? Who everybody gonna blame on this loss? It's gonna be Lamar Jackson, 16 for 33. Yeah, the defense. Actually, this is probably the best defense performance that the Ravens done had because they, that back end gets exposed. But you lose by only giving up 5 field goals. That's not good, man. What's your thoughts on this game, Stats?
We got Chris Boswell, who tied a franchise record with 6 field goals.
Wow.
Steelers winning their 5th straight. Baltimore held the season lows in points and yards, committing 12 penalties, 3 turnovers in the game.
Wow.
Pittsburgh won for the 7th time in its last 8 meetings. Henry tied a franchise record, scoring his 15th rushing touchdown of the season, but limited to just 65 yards in the game. Second time this season, Pittsburgh's won without a TD. So you mentioned that earlier. This is the second time they've done it this season.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy stats right there. That's hats off to your defense, man. You holding the other team and you only kicking field goals. Boswell's probably leading the league in points because he's doing his thing big time. But good win for the Steelers. Good evening. And like I said, everybody knows what's going to happen with that. Ravens falls to 7-4. They 3-3 away. The Steelers improved to 8-2, 4-1 at home. And that one loss is something they probably wish they could take back, but you can't. Shame on you. Shame on you. Okay, the Lions is just showing off. The Lions are showing off. 52 points. The Lions 52, the Jags 6. The Lions don't give a shit who they play. They don't care. They trying to put
No, they
50
don't.
they trying to put 50 pieces on everybody. I mean, they don't they remind me of Oklahoma back in the day when we was growing up. Oklahoma put 77 points on people. With Barry Swisher as the coach. They don't care. Stop us. If you can't stop us, we're going to embarrass you. And that is what the Lions are
Yeah.
doing. They are this blessed. The Jaguars, come on, man. They couldn't even keep up on the scroll because every time they was doing points update, hell, they had to keep on coming back because they were scoring at will against them. And this is ridiculous. Jaguars, come on, Travis Lawrence and all them, bro. It is what it is. Somebody's going to have to. I don't know if it's Peterson's going to lose his job. Most likely it's going to be him over Trevor Lawrence. They still believe in him, but something's going to shake off big time. And actually, my fault. Trevor Lawrence didn't even play. Mac Jones, no wonder. Mac Jones, 17 for 29, 138 yards. Lord have mercy. Golf, 412 yards. Four TDs. I ain't think I'll ever say this. Do we have to put him in the conversation for MVP? I mean, goodness gracious.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it got so bad that they benched him in the fourth.
Yeah. Sit on down, man. Sit down. What you got on this game, man?
Yeah.
What you get on this game?
Done
man?
enough for the day.
Right.
Oh man. Golf, who threw 2 of his 4 touchdowns passes to Amon-Ra St. Brown. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs combined for 3 rushing TDs. The NFC leading Lions have won 8 straight in 9 of their first 10 games in a season for the first time since 1934.
Wow.
Detroit's winning margin of 46 points was the largest in franchise history and handed Jacksonville its biggest loss ever. The Lions also the Lions also set a franchise record in total yards with 645 yards, third most in NFL history in the last 20 years. The 475-yard margin between the two teams was third largest in NFL history. The Lions, the 1969 Minnesota Vikings, and the 1973 Atlanta Falcons are the 3 teams in the Super Bowl era to win 3 of their first 10 games by at least 35 points.
Yeah, man. Just to even hear you say the NFC leading Lions. Now, we knew 2 years ago that, when Campbell and everything else, last year they fell short, but they was right there. This year they are trying to send a statement and say we're going to the Super Bowl. We don't give a shit who you are. We're blowing everybody out. I'm gonna need the Jags to win a couple more games because I want that number 1 pick in the NFL draft. I want that, and it's in Detroit. So I'm gonna need y'all, pick up. Come on, Trevor Lawrence, get back, get a couple of games underneath your belt. Jaguars 2-9. 0-6 away from home. Lions improved to 9-1. Lions is 4-1 at home. And don't forget, they lost to Tampa Bay and Baker at Detroit. So, hey, I heard you, Lions. Hats off for them. And y'all heard what Mr. Sass says, man. They willing off everything, breaking all kinds of records. Don't come up short. You at least got to get to the Super Bowl. You doing all that, and I know they in your division. You doing all that cute stuff. It don't mean nothing if you don't go to the Super Bowl. And the way y'all blowing people out, y'all need to win the Super Bowl. That's what y'all need to do. But first, we got to get y'all there because you haven't never been. So we got to get you there. Don't be cute and be 14-2 or 17 or 17-1 or whatever the hell it is, and don't make it to the Super Bowl. I mean, come on, bro. Like y'all got to do better than that. You got to do better than that. I don't know why. Okay, Rams 28, Patriots 22. I don't know. Every time, I guess because we've been beaten to death, our brow beaten to death, with Patriots being good for so long, that when you see this game, you're thinking, oh man, hey, good, get victory. Yeah, okay, whatever. Rams do what they need to do on this one. They got most of their pieces back, which is scary because even if they don't make it, they might knock you out because you're gonna have to guard. Matthew Stafford is doing what he does. He had 4 TDs. Kyron Williams, I like him as a running back. He did his thing. He's six. Puka and Cooper, man, come on, man. 123 1 TD, 106 2 TDs, man. They are a scary offense that you got to take care of. Drake May just getting his feet wet. Doing what he had to do. Not too shabby. Like 282, 2 TDs, and 1 interception. So hey, the Rams. And the crazy thing is, they are only 1 game out of first place, right, in the NFC West. So the end of man, what you get on this game?
Like you spoke on, having that Cooper Cup and Nakua back in the game, I think it's definitely an addition for the Rams. Cooper Cup catches 6 passes for 106 yards and 2 scores.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Stafford threw for 4 touchdowns to give him 370 in his career.
Woo.
Passes Eli for 10th on the NFL's all-time list. Yeah. The Rams have won 4 of the past 5 games since starting the season 1-4. 3 out of 4 since getting Cup and Nakua back.
Wow.
New England is yet to win back-to-back games this season.
And they're not.
No, I don't think so either. But yeah, just having Cup and Nakua back, I think, is a huge thing for them. Like you said, they've got Kyron Williams. They've got a decent running game. And with those 2 weapons, man, Stafford, can get it to him. So
Yeah.
it's I think they're somebody to look at, in the second half of the season.
The crazy thing is though is that you remember right before the trade deadline, it was Cooper Cup's name was floating around. They was like, hey, they might try to get rid of him, and even Matt Stafford. There was some teams talking about seeing if he was available. Then all of a sudden, like you said, when they got healthy, it's like, hold on. And thank goodness they didn't. If you're a Rams fan, because like I said, they are sitting tied in second place with 2 other teams, only 1 game out of first place. Man, so you say we got a chance. Hell yeah, you got a chance with that offense. You got a chance big time with that offense, man. You can't guard all that. And no matter how old Mr. Stafford is, he is taking care of business, and he will take care of it. As long as he's upright, he'll do you in big time. So, hey, hats off to that man doing your thing. Goodness gracious. And they was trying to just get rid of that team altogether. Speaking of get rid of the team, the Aints 35, the Browns 14. Talking about somebody putting up. Talcum powder went off today, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Talcum powder went off today. He did his thing, and you know what? Hey, and I'm gonna tell you who else before we really get into the stats, man. Your former receiver, Mr. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He done put together 2 back-to-back games. We ain't seen this since he was in Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like he is that deep threat, because that guy got hurt. He is, man. Hey, even though Carr, we have Mr. Michael Thomas who was trying to just kill him as character off the online and stuff. Carr is doing what he got to do. They are now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say they in any position, but hell. 2 good games back to back for them. The Browns Browns, like I said about the Jags, I'm gonna need you to win a couple of games, man. Y'all, I don't know if y'all gonna have. I don't know. Jameis might bite somebody though, because Jameis will go off and throw for 500 if you let him. But then the next 3 games he's gonna be garbage. But other than that, yeah, hey, the big win for the. I guess I'll put the S on it. Saints 35, Browns 14. What you got on this?
Taysom Hill with 138 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Moves into ninth place in franchise history with 44 total TDs.
Wow.
Jameis Winston passes for 395 yards and 2 TDs for the Browns in his return to New Orleans. The Saints improved to 2-0 under interim coach Darren Rizzi. So Yeah, so I don't know how much that coaching change is contributing.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah. I would say, man, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know how much that is, but we do know that they picked up Valdez Scantling. They picked him up. This is only his second game or something, second or third game, so that makes a difference. Carr is healthy now after was banged up. Talcum Powder's doing his thing. I mean, they always have pieces on offense. You just got to make sure that defense, you traded away a member because you just thought it was over with. But I mean, I don't know. 4-7. Let me look at the standings real quick with them because they may be done. They may be done. But keep on winning, so I ain't got to worry about that. Yeah, yeah. Well, not really because the Falcons leading that division is 6-5. So you're not totally out of it. You got, like you said, second half, but hey, good win for the Aints. They did what they had to do, man. Goodness gracious. Oof. Hey, man. Hey, Mr. Richardson. Mr. Richardson and the coach, 28. The Jets, my God, oh my God, 27. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You need to pull the plug on a lot of that stuff. Coach, good win. Mr. Richardson, hats off to you. Hey man, let me go ahead and give you the applause because everybody was trying to hang you. Everybody's trying to hang you, and here you had a good game, man. You 20 for 32, 72, 1 TD. Also had 32 yards on the ground, 2 rushing TDs. Hats off to you. As far as the Jets, man, Jets, Jets, it's over with, man. Pull the plug on this. And I know you can't because you all in with Aaron Rodgers, And I do know Aaron Rodgers doesn't play defense. These defense is missing tackles, doing all kinds of stuff. Everybody was all on their defense beginning of the season. Just like they was all on Aaron Rodgers. Both of them have been basically epic failures. I don't know, man. What you get on this game?
yeah, I feel for my guy too. Like you said, Aaron Richards. I mean, shit, Anthony Richardson
Mhm.
is playing like he wants a job. You know what I mean? He wants a
Right.
job. He sees what telling him I'm tired. What can get him right? You know what I mean? He's like, all right, we'll take it away from you and give it to Flacco or whoever.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to get out here on the field. Don't get it twisted. So
Right.
yeah, he comes back, finishing 20 of 30. 272 yards and a touchdown, runs for 2 TDs after returning from his benching. The Jets dropped their 7th in 8 games and fell to 1-5 under interim coach Jeff Ulbrich. So that experiment is pretty much run its course. I think we know what we're going to get out of that.
Right.
As far as
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is concerned, I don't know if he wants to continue like sullying his legacy like this.
Right.
It's not like you don't have weapons out there. I mean, you got Wilson and Devontae out there. You can't hit either one of them. You're not really scoring points like that. So yeah, go on and hang it up before you look bad in the end.
Right.
As far as the rest of that, they probably need to blow it up and just rebuild.
I'm with you, man. You couldn't say any better. It's time, man. It's time. I know they invested and all this kind of stuff, but it's time. Go ahead and get. You already ran off some of these young quarterbacks and things like that, but it's damn near shame. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to draft another quarterback or get somebody in free agent. If you're free agent, would you even want to go there? With all the history that they have, you got to do something, man. And I don't know if Deion's gonna let his son go there. He said he said he gonna block some stuff. He gonna pull a Archie Manning. He gonna block some stuff. He gonna, hey,
Names in this bad boy.
yeah.
We
He like,
taking no 2.
nah, we ain't doing all that stuff. We ain't doing all that. Ain't gonna let you hurt him. So the Colts improved to 5. The Colts improved to 5-6. The Jets fall to 3-8 and 2-3 at home. Next up, you got the Vikings with a 23-13 win over the Titans. The Vikings, this steadily going along big time. You know, doing what they have to do to win. They have another team that's got a lot of offensive power. They just got to keep Mister Donald upright and making sure he's good to go. Because they will be the story of the league, at least the NFC at 8-2 with a whole new quarterback who people that gave up on. He was Purdy's backup last year. They 8-2, but somebody named Detroit Lions blowing everybody out,
Yeah.
and they're in the same division. This has got to be the toughest division when you look at it because you got the Lions 9-1, Minnesota 8-2, and Green Bay 7-3. That's powerhouse stuff going on in that one. But great win for the Vikings. I just love that people was throwing dirt on Sam Donald, and dude is okay. I mean, he's an NFL starter. I'm not saying that they're going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that they can win a Super Bowl with him. But, hey, because they do got J.J. McCarthy, who tore up his knee or whatever, and he might end up playing next year or starting next year. You just never know. How ownerships
Mhm.
fall in love with the draft pick, and as soon as he's healthy, get him in there and all that kind of stuff like that. But hats off to him, man. Hats off to Donald because we know he got pieces, man. What you get on this game?
Yeah. Like you said, hats off to Darnold. Sometimes I think, QBs benefit from systems. And I
Yes.
think this might be the right system for him. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Baker Mayfield situation. I just think Tampa Bay is probably the right place for him.
Right.
With the Titans, 2-8, lost their second straight and went winless against the NFC North this season.
Wow.
The Vikings, 8-2, win their third straight and improve to 5-0 against AFC teams this season. Will Levis threw the longest TD pass in the NFL this season with a 98-yard score, tied the longest TD pass in franchise history, matching Willard Duval's TD catch from Jackie Lee with the then Houston Oilers on November 25th of 1962
Wow.
against the Chargers. Yeah, so he broke a little bit of history in this game,
That
even
was
though they
a
lost.
that was a hell of a throw too. He threw a dime. He threw a dime out there, the
Hmm.
dude. Yeah, it was a good throw though. Big time. He can put it out there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a loss is a loss though.
Right.
A loss is a loss. Vikings improved to 8-2, and the Titans fall 2-8. Like I said, come on, Titans, let's get a couple more wins, guys. Just a couple. That's all we need. Just a couple. Dolphins 34, the Raiders 19. Tua upright looks different. We know that. Everybody knows that if Tua is healthy, this offense is on a whole different level. Whole different level. Hell, the receivers are smiling again. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's in a good mood. The running backs is happy, and everybody who you took on fantasy is now starting to eat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you have any Miami Dolphins, because when he ain't out there, my gosh, you might as well throw everybody away. But I will say this: if you don't know about him, you should already know about him because he was doing it in college. Brock Bowers is ridiculous. Brock Bowers he is the next best thing as far as tight ends. He was doing it at Georgia
Hmm.
and he's doing it in the league. He's just in a crappy situation. And you better lock him up
Right.
because if he gets on the, if he, I mean, granted, he still got some, he's a rookie, so they got probably about 4 more years of him. But if he ever gets away, oh my gosh, the dude's the truth. He will be there.
Yeah.
He's probably already leading receiver. If not, he will be by the end of the season because he is a cheat code. Good wins, Dolphins. The Raiders is what they are. Sorry, Mayor. What you get on this stats?
The Raiders 2-8 lose their sixth straight. Tyreek catches 7 passes for 61 yards and scores in consecutive games for the first time this season.
Wow.
So again, that Tua's return, it's crazy how much they're different because of him. You
Yeah.
know, usually you can have a decent quarterback or a serviceable quarterback come in and kind of keep you somewhat on the same track. You
Right.
know, but there's a complete fall off with his backup as opposed to him being in the game. So yeah, I think that was huge. Jonnu Smith had a season high 101 yards and 2 receiving TDs in the game.
Tight end.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But like you said,
Go ahead.
the offense is a totally different animal with him in the game.
Yeah, it just looks different. And it is crazy because this is another system. You're right. This is another system. Miami Dolphins is a system, a friendly system, quarterback friendly system, right? But you can't bring in Mr. Huntley. Huntley was horrible when he was at
Mhm.
Ravens. You got to get somebody who can spray it, not somebody who's trying to look and run the ball. You got world class speed out there. You can't be bringing him in there throwing lollipops up her. I mean balloon balls and shit. Hell no, you gotta give somebody who can throw it out there. And you do need a backup. Because we don't know how long before
Yeah.
something may happen to Tua. We hope not. We hope he stays good and everything's good, but you just never know with Tua, right? He done had so many different
Mhm.
incidents, so you need somebody that is not Huntley. Do not do that. Miami improves to
Oh yeah.
four. Miami improves to 4-6. The Raiders fall to 2-8.
hmm
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just think Huntley is more of a like a dollar store Lamar Jackson type situation. When you,
Yeah,
you you get backup quarterback, I think you would try to get someone as similar to your starter as possible.
yeah.
You know, I don't want nobody. I don't want to back up with a whole different style. That means I need to change up something once. You know,
You're
I
absolutely
want
right.
somebody who has similar attributes to my starter. So if I throw my backup in, then he can kind of pick up where my starter left off. As opposed to, like I said, I get somebody who's kind of modeled off of another player.
Absolutely.
That necessarily work in my system.
Absolutely. That's why when they signed him, I was like, what are y'all doing? What did you see to make you think that he can make these throws that Tua makes? Nothing.
Right.
And it showed. And it showed when he's throwing for 100 yards a game, and they losing every game. Yeah. I mean, only we know the Dolphins fans is happy as hell. Like, get this dude out of here. Like, cut his ass, please. Somebody do it. Because yeah, that was bad. That was bad. Speaking of bad, yeah, Broncos and Bo Nix old ass is went crazy on the Falcons, 38-6. Bo Nix, I mean, Sean Payton got what he wanted, man. He ran Russell out of there. You and I were saying that Russell they had a good year last year, but something about the veteran he didn't want to have to deal with. He wants to be able to shape the guy who he wants, and hats off to him because it's fitting. Bo Nix is serviceable. He's doing what he's got to do. Having great games. Had a great game today. I'll let you get into the stats, but had a great game. Kirk Cousins, my guys, bro. Like, what? This is now. You had great years at Minnesota, right? I mean, he was a fantasy dream. Now he may not have been a Vikings dream because they wasn't gonna win nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the numbers were great. They may end up 10-6, something like that, 10-7, whatever. But hey, I don't know, man. I don't know if this was a good move because let's be honest, the Falcons have some weapons. They may not have the best receiver like he had with Jefferson and things like that. Pitt is definitely good. Drake London is good. Mooney's good. I mean, he's got some Robinson in the background. Alexander is good. Like, you got some people, right? But my gosh, you talking about laying an egg, and the Broncos defense is legit. It's top 5. So you're gonna have to bring it. I just don't know if really Kurt is the answer for pretty much anybody. I think he's don't get me wrong, NFL quarterback. He's going to stay for about 2 or 3 more years, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What's your thoughts on the great win Broncos? What's your thoughts on this game, man?
Well, Kirk Cousins, like you said, he came in off, Achilles injury. He wasn't really all that mobile to begin with.
Right.
So you kind of limit his mobility, even with him being somewhat limited mobility wise. To a team that like he can throw the ball. And
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like you said, he's got weapons. He's got to be able to string it together. And he's had some decent games this season,
Right.
but today wasn't one of them. Bo Nix threw for 307 yards and a season best 4 touchdowns in the game. Joins Hall of Famer Peyton Manning as the only rookie QBs in NFL history to throw for 200 plus yards with 2 or more touchdowns in 4 consecutive games, home games. The Broncos 6-5 snapped a 2-game skid. The Broncos snapped a 3-game losing streak against Atlanta with their first home win over the Falcons since 2000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't know that. Well, I guess because they don't always play each other. You know what I'm saying? They don't always play each other. But goodness gracious, that's. Whew. I hear you, Bo Nix. Bo Nix. And one of them DBs was trying to make fun of him because I guess they asked him about Bo Nix. He said, "Yeah, he was in college for so many years. Everybody's seen him or something crazy, but you got to see him up close and 4 TDs and a beatdown. I don't know if he'd be saying anything. Leave that guy alone, man. Leave that guy alone. But great win. Great win. The Broncos improved to 6-5, and the Falcons fall to 6-5. So, and they're in first place in the NFC South. So that lets you know what that's looking like with the Falcons and Tampa Bay and the Saints and the Panthers. So it is what it is. Now this right here, we know Mr. Don is not happy with this one. Seahawks 20, 49ers 17. Wow, where did that come from? How did that happen? Geno, this is the first time I think they said Geno beat him. I know I hate to steal your stat, but Geno, I hear you, man. Do your thing. You just never know where you get with Geno, but hey, he has his good. He reminds me of Kirk Cousins, really. He does. Because he can blister your ass too. He can throw for 400 yards and 5 TDs, 4 TDs, or he can just look pedestrian. But he won this game with his legs, man. If anybody watched this game, he won this game with his legs. And he was determined to beat the 49ers. Bosa went out. Something wrong with his hip. His hip's been hurting for a couple of games, but he couldn't even finish the game. You got Christian McCaffrey back, so everybody thinks, we're going to the Super Bowl. You better do something because everybody in that division's all. You better get on the run. That's all I got to say. You better get on the run. You have to get on the run because you done lost to some teams and things like that you probably shouldn't have, and now you hit it because you don't strike the fear of anybody. Kills didn't get to play this game, so they got so many people in and out. No continuity to me, but big win for Seahawks. Seahawks 20, 49-17. What you got, Mr. Stats?
Seahawks snap a 6-game losing streak against the San Francisco 49ers. The win moved Seattle into a 3-way tie for second place in the NFC West with San Francisco and the Rams, a game behind Arizona. The Niners have lost 3 division games, blowing fourth quarter leads in all 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
3 in all of the games. So blowing fourth quarter leads in all 3 of the games.
That's what Shanahan does, don't he? That's what he does.
What
I mean,
like.
yeah. I mean, he's got a record, bro. Like he's blowing it or something. Like you gotta get it together, man. So they don't lost 3. What'd you say? They don't lost 3 divisional games? Oh man, that's not good. You losing tiebreakers.
Blowing fourth quarter leads in all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you losing tiebreakers. You know what I'm saying? If everybody's tied, you taking losses like that, and you probably got more to come because you got They have what 8 more games or whatever it is on the schedule, something like that. So hell, you better get it together. Good win, Seahawks, man. I mean, anytime you go on there, they hate them. They hate each team hate each other. But Gino, man, hats off to Gino, man, big time. Hats off to him for taking care of business. Like I said, he really wanted this win and he got it. 221. Yeah, you did your thing. Kenneth Walker's a monster. You can't tackle him, and Mr. Metcalf and everybody else. But great win, Seahawks. Great win. Well, this game just ended before we came on, basically, and the Bills wins the regular season again against the Chiefs. 30-21, which we all know that they don't mean shit because when they get in the playoffs, we know what happens. The Chiefs will revenge their loss. So it don't make a difference. But good win for the Bills. They do it all the time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Do you really even take stock in it? You take stock in it for home field advantage, trying to get that, because that's definitely crucial. But the Chiefs is one of the teams that can win on the road. They don't care. They would come there and beat you at your place. But hey, Mr. Allen had a hell of a TD run at the end to seal the deal. A lot of points. Chiefs gave up a lot of points. Normally, in the past 2 years, they haven't been giving up points like that. But the Bills, this was I hate to say it, just the whole cliche. This was their Super Bowl. They hate the Chiefs. They wanted to go ahead and knock them out of that undefeated mark, and they did. So, what you gonna do with the Bills? We're gonna see. What you got, Mr. Stats?
Like I said, Buffalo giving them the first loss of the season. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have won 15 straight, including playoffs up until now. The Bills have won 6 straight and moved closer to their 6th straight AFC title.
Yeah.
Buffalo has defeated the Chiefs in 4 straight regular season meetings, though Kansas City holds the postseason edge, having won the past 3 matchups dating to 2020.
Lord.
Yeah.
Said it. Regular season champs. Playoffs, no.
Yeah.
So you know damn well if you could trade it and be like, okay, look, man, hey, y'all have that. Let's get it. It doesn't work like that. But the last 4, Mr. Stats told you guys, the last 4 regular season games they have played, the Bills have won that. And the last 3 playoff games, Chiefs. That don't mean nothing, man. It don't mean nothing. Playoffs. It only matters in the playoffs, man. Good win. Good regular season win. I mean, you can't take it away. The Bills is 9-2. Chiefs fall to, I hate to say it fall, but they're 9-1. 4-1 away. The Bills is 5-0 at home. But I will say this, hey man, I didn't think he would look like this or would become this good like this. But James Cook, man, even though he only had 20 rushing yards, had 2 TDs, I do enjoy watching him. You know what I'm saying? He runs hard. And Allen, he just now got Cooper, even though Tony Romo and them trying to say that the Bills made a deal in the offseason. Cooper came in a trade. Cooper was on Cleveland's team. You know what I'm saying? The Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. So he do got a number 1, but he's banged up. He's hurt. Dalton Kincaid didn't play. The rookie didn't play. So, Josh is going to do what he got to do. Josh is going to take care of business. The problem is, can Josh do it in the playoffs? Playoffs? I don't know. We don't know. What's left to be seen. Let's go. Right now, we have the Bengals going against the Chargers. The Chargers is a 1-point favorite. Was going into the game. The Chargers is up 7-3. It is in the first quarter. 3:34 left. Who you think gonna win this game, Stats?
The Chargers have won 3 straight over the Bengals. Since moving to Los Angeles in 2017. This will be the first meeting between the teams in SoFi. Chase leads the league with 981 yards and 10 touchdowns on the season. Bengals with me is always about consistency. You know, I mean,
Right.
you have a great game, you have a not so great game. You have a great game, you got a not so great game.
True.
Um, with this one, I don't know. I think the Chargers are going to give him, you know, more than they can handle at home.
Right. Right.
You
No.
know, so it's going to be rough for the Bengals. I think I'm gonna roll with the Chargers in that game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you hit on the head. This is so inconsistent play. Burrows will go for 500 yards. Chase would get 230 yards. They still lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm.
it's crazy. It's crazy that it goes out there. But he's still one of those. They're one of those teams that you do not want to see them in the playoffs. You want to hope they don't make it because Burrows might
Right.
get. He may Joey Buckets may get hot and lead them to the Super Bowl like he did 2-3 years ago. You just never know. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm bitch. I'm gonna ride with the Chargers. Harbaugh got them dudes playing hard. Herbert's not doing anything crazy as far as hurting the team. They got a solid running game. Like I said, defense is top five. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers too with this one. Last but not least, Monday night game. We got the Texans 7-point favorite at the Cowboys. I don't even know. CeeDee Lamb may not play in this game. His back's hurting. Dak's out for the season. Mike is too busy doing podcasts. All kinds of crazy shit is going with that. As a Dallas Cowboys fan that I am, been there for years, just go ahead and take it on the chin. Go ahead and fall to 3-7. And this is the crazy thing. They are 0-4 at home, Grimby, 0-5. All their wins is on the road, bro. Like, and granted, Dak was playing and things like that. You know, you take Dak out, it's totally different. Cooper Rush looked like he needs to be with Huntley at Walmart. You know, that kind of stuff. You know,
Right.
I'd rather you ride with Trey Lance. Just give him an opportunity. Dude, you don't care. As an organization, people are still coming, wasting their money. So, Jerry, you're getting paid regardless. You really should hope that they tank. I know nobody wants to lose as far as the players. It's some pieces
Mm-hmm.
in that draft that can help you out, Mr. Travis Hunter, things like that. But I mean, come on, man. You have not won a home game all season and getting blown out at home. Ridiculous. Go ahead and take this game. Nico's supposed to be coming back. I'm gonna ride with the Texas on this. It won't even be close. What you got, Stats?
All right. Between the two teams, they just have one victory between them in the past month.
Wow.
Houston 6-4 still leads the AFC South despite its current 1-3 skid. The
Wow.
Cowboys 3-6 are on a 4-game losing streak and in danger of a 3-year playoff run ending.
It's
They
gone.
already have one more loss from each of the last three 12-5 seasons. The defending NFC East champions are 0-4 at AT&T, 3 of them being blowouts. They had won 16 consecutive games there before a blowout loss to Green Bay in a wild card game last January.
Done, done.
Done,
Done,
done.
done, done.
Done, done.
Done, done.
I think we should give that young QB a chance, right? You know what I
Trey
mean?
Lance. Give Trey Lance. Let him do it.
That's what we brought him there for. You know what I mean? Give him a chance. Let him see what he can do. You know what I mean?
Let him do it, bro. Let him. What's gonna hurt? You already 3-6.
I mean, you're losing anyway. You know, so you know, at least get him some experience. This is like a Bronny situation. Come on, man.
Let
At
him
least give
go.
him some clock.
Let him go. Let him
Right.
go. And the thing about it is, you only got him. I think he's only got like a 2-year left on his contract. So, don't you want to see if he can do anything? If you want to keep him and tell Mr. Cooper bye bye, hanging with Mr. Cooper needs to end like the series did. End big time. Let
Mm.
that go. Yeah, I'm with you. Let Trey Lance start. Ride or die. It can't hurt anything. And Zeke ain't doing nothing but let him play. Let him on his last year. Let him go ahead and feed him, do what he got to do. I would blow it all up, bro. Like, go ahead. You already got the main pieces already signed. You just got to sign Mr. Michael Parsons. Everybody else is signed. Ain't Zach Martin to go out like that, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm with you. Trey Lance need to go ahead and take care of business, man. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, man. What you leaving the people with, man? What you leaving the people with?
Oh man, live, love, and laugh, man. With the world as it is right now, man. I mean, it's not a lot to laugh at, not a lot to smile about, but be grateful for what you got, man. Focus on the good.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. You absolutely right. Hug your family, love your family. Tell people you love them. Do what you got to do. Stay focused, stay positive, big time. Thank Mile Wide Beer Company, 502 Corvette, Vinyl Empire for being a sponsor of 54 Sports Network, The Will Show, all that good stuff. Don't forget tomorrow, Derby City Sports Review Show. We out, man. We out. Everybody be safe. God bless.
It's the what? It's the what? It's the Will Show. It's the Will Show. Only thing I know, only thing for sure. It's the Will Show. It's the Will Show. Tune in every week. He gonna let you know. It's the what? It's the what? It's the Will Show. Only thing I know, only thing for sure. It's the Will Show. It's the Will Show. How's everything you wanna know? Keep up everything about sports, so you gon' catch his flow, never be low. Check it every day, cause he gonna upload. You gonna be happy, cause you call his flow. Talking, he gon' make you even wanna talk. Might even get inspired, take it for a walk. Listen to his voice, yeah, you have a choice. But if you don't listen, you gonna be lost. Catch your attention like Randy Moss. Share it like you really just did a toss. Kick your feet up, enjoy the show like you a boss. He's gonna make you happy, so you don't worry. Like and subscribe and join the ride. Not from Alabama, but we stay roll tide. Shows every night, so you better slide. Hit the nutty zone to be on our side. It's the